Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Anastasi, psychic channel, intuitive astrologer, and soul coach. I'm here with my psychic development tip number 27. And this one is about what to eat. Wow, did you know that eating can affect your psychic ability and your psychic development? It sure can. Many of my students experience difficulty with meditation, quieting their mind, and sitting and stilling their emotions during the early stages of their psychic development. This and other factors have led me to a long-term study of the effects of food and drink on our psychic faculties. And here are some of my observations. First, let's talk about food. Most of us don't pay a lot of attention to what we eat, and when we do eat, we're either eating for quick fuel or enjoyment. Few people pay attention to how their energy level plummets when they overeat, or when they eat heavy foods like steak or a big turkey dinner, or how they become hyper, overactive, and nervous when they eat too much sugar. But if you start to look back at what you've eaten in the last few hours when you experience these simple physical symptoms, you're going to realize it's true. What and how much and even when we eat has a lot to do with our physical well-being and our psychic well-being too. For example, eating a heavy meal within a couple of hours of bedtime can keep you awake most of the night and interfere with your dream sleep too. Whole books could be written about this subject and probably have been. It's important for you to know the basics though. Of course, everyone's body is different, and certainly your physical needs and the things that stimulate or depress your psychic ability will be somewhat different than someone else's. But there are some basics that will always hold true, and here they are. Let's talk about the heaviness of food first. Heavier foods, energetically speaking, are harder to digest and therefore interfere with many psychic skills and spiritual pursuits, because we all know using your psychic ability takes a lot of energy. The heaviest of all of the foods are red meats. These should be minimized during your psychic development training and any psychic development work you do throughout your life. Next, after red meat, comes pork, then veal and duck, followed by the other fowls like chicken, then shellfish, and last ordinary fish. Following behind that are grains, and you should know that all grains are somewhat difficult to digest and should be eaten sparingly, even whole grains. Behind the grains come vegetables, which are lighter, with beans being the heaviest of your vegetables, and following the vegetables are fruits and nuts. So look at the diet that you eat now and take a moment to reflect on how what you eat might be affecting your psychic and spiritual awareness. To enhance your psychic skills, lighten your food intake energetically. But as you do that, of course, make sure that you eat a balanced diet and get enough protein and good nutrition. Now, do not ever eat heavily before bed or before doing any psychic work, and that includes meditation. Some people have trouble working psychically on an empty stomach though, so you should eat something light about a half hour before you start, maybe a piece of fruit or something like that. Now, let's take a look at what you drink. I hate to be boring, but water is best, and your body will not be fooled. Coffee and tea are stimulants, and for some people, they're helpful aids to psychic work. Heavily sugared sodas and fruit drinks will interfere. They'll give you a quick rush of energy and then drop you midway through your reading. Also, alcohol will do the same thing. It's a depressant. It may stimulate you initially, but in the middle of your reading, it will cause your energy level to drop. More even, it opens you in a way that's not healthy psychically. I believe that alcohol should be reserved for social engagements and not psychic readings, because it tends to raise your energy, open you up really fast, then depresses your energy, so it makes it harder for you to make your psychic connections. The result is you're setting yourself up to get dumped on energetically by your client when you drink. And though you may think you're making good connections, you won't be. It's just kind of like drinking and driving. You think you're a great driver when you're drunk, and you're not, okay? The same holds true for drug use. Save that for recreational use if you're in a state, a part of the country or the world that allows for that. Don't use drugs when you're involved with your psychic development, and certainly don't use them when you're doing any psychic work or spiritual work. I hope this gives you some good guidelines about how to use food and drink to enhance your studies. Visit me on my website at www.sandyanastasia.com to find out more about me and my work, and to sign up for some of my amazing educational programs. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.